About bigs though, let's move on in it. Talk about bigs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm saying let's have the convo that we've all been thinking about, man.
Jokic.
Joe Embiid and Jokic, man. It's fucking crazy because my opinion changes like every game.
Every game.
Every week I'm thinking.
I wake up or I watch the game, I'm like flipping out. This guy did 35, 15 and 10. And then Joel comes back and does 40, 10 with 5 blocks.
They both dropped 50 this year as well.
It's stupid. It's stupid. You can't go wrong with picking any, but
Who would
you pick and why?
Okay, do you know what it is? I think for me, it's weird because I know I draw bare like. This is another thing that's contextual. I think Jokic is better, like run of the mill. Like I guess Jokic is better on a bad team almost. But I think now, like this is the first year we've seen because we used to get onto Brett Brown all the time, bro. I think every single one of us had a conversation cussing out the Sixers. I spoke about last week how they got rid of bare shooters and that. So he like as an organization, they never gave him an actual chance. The first year they gave him a chance, bro, they're first in the East.
Yeah.
And he's easily the powerhouse for them. Do you get it? Like he's killing for them. So I feel like in a good situation, obviously it's the East, so it's a bit more difficult and they had a deeper run last year and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like Joel Embiid is just that touch more dominant when your team is actually has a chance to contend.
Yeah.
Personally. I don't know if you're because I've never personally thought the Nuggets were actually going to go to the finals. So it's like if you actually have a chance to contend, I think Embiid is more important. Yeah. I guess maybe if you're the underdog trying to do the mad thing and empower your team and get young stars to play well in that, then
I probably don't disagree.
Thingy does the same. Thingy's better.
No, but
that makes any sense.
For me, I think I kind of agree with that, innit? I feel like when it comes to the NBA right now, it's kind of like you need to have something that really stands out. And I feel like no one can actually guard Embiid when he's playing his best. Like he could, with Philly with the way they are and all the super teams around him. Say like Lakers, they got AD and LeBron. Clippers got Paul George and my man and Kawhi. That's man. And obviously Brooklyn have
KD Harden.
Yeah, they have them three. It's like Joel Embiid kind of still stands out. Like don't write off Philly.
Yeah. Because
even against the Nets, if they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. If Embiid feels like it or he feels comfortable enough because there's no one that can really guard him, he might just destroy that whole whole conference final.
You can't do. You see what the Lakers did last year with Dwight Howard to Jokic. You can't do that to Embiid.
Yeah, you can't. And
you can't take him out of himself. Sorry to interrupt you. That's what the difference is. Yeah, you can't take him out.
Yeah, you can't. Like he can. He has his way with the league. You get me? Like when he feels like playing good, it kind of looks like he plays good. Like he does what he wants, and there's no really way to stop him because he's so big and stuff. So I think I agree there, innit? It's just I feel like your point almost made me change my mind. But with Jokic, I don't know what Nuggets really can do because they, if anything, last year or like whatever, they weren't supposed to be in the position they were anyway. So if he was on a better team, maybe, or they had some better players, like I don't know what they could potentially do, but I can't really. I will still say that Jokic might. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel the Nuggets were like second in the league.
Yeah, but being in the league table don't really mean nothing until you get to the playoffs.
Yeah, but it's like Jokic exploited Montrezl Harrell defensively.
But Montrezl Harrell ain't really like
exactly. That's the point.
Let me give it a different angle. So I therefore agree that Embiid. Actually, it's not really a different angle, but but I agree that Embiid is probably. I think Embiid is better, and I'll tell you why. There's been so many games this year where Jokic has had like a 35-point triple-double or 40-point triple-double or just a close triple-double with crazy points, and it's coming in L.
Thank you. Yeah.
The thing that I've realized with Joel is when he has a good game, they win.
Yeah, bro.
Like, he is so impactful to them winning that, with the Nuggets, I feel like for them to win, Jamal Murray and Jokic need to have really good games. And Jamal Murray this season has been a bit off. So that could also be a testament to Jokic. Because if you look at a lot of the games that they've lost, Jokic has been the only reason why they've even been in it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's out there doing these one-legged free, you know what I'm saying, in the clutch. Like
go in all the time.
He looks like the only option at some
when it comes to basketball and like when we talk about feel of the game and knowing it, that dude is clear. He's clear. But right now, what we're seeing, two centers putting up historical numbers, but only one of them is leading to wins every time. And it's not like their teams are that different. It's not like their teams in terms of talent are that different. The Nuggets, last year we all talked about the Nuggets being one of the most talented teams in the league. because they have the young guns. They have Monte Morris. They have Gary Harris. They have MPJ. They had Jeremy Grant. They have Jamal. And they're all under 25, 26. Do you get me? We'll talk about them being maybe the best team in the league in terms of on paper.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But now,
one of the young up and comers. They're supposed to be like the Celtics of the West, bro. Basically.
Apart from Jeremy Grant, they're the same team, but they're losing.
Yeah.
Crazy. But Joel Embiid, I mean, obviously they've made a couple changes. They brought in Steph Curry. Tobias Harris has been playing out of his mind. Simmons has been going crazy defensively. And they brought in a new coach. Yeah. But Joel Embiid is the reason why they are where they are.
For the past couple of years, Nuggets have been utilizing Jokic.
Yeah.
I feel like Embiid has only... Obviously, when he was coming back from all the injuries and he was putting up 100 points per 36 minutes or something crazy and that.
Yeah.
That's the only time he got to really be... But now he's actually being utilized within a proper system.
Yeah.
And they're first in the East, bro.
Yeah.
And they're not uncomfortably first. It's not everyone's been playing underperforming, da-da-da. The flipping Nets have just won 8 straight.
Yeah.
Teams have been playing well in the East. Yeah. And they're dominating everyone.
I need to actually speak about that.
I think for me,
I really do think
even though Joel Embiid is obviously really good and really dominant or whatever, I feel like when you're the sole reason for something winning or whatever, you better make sure in the playoffs that when they try to only think about you and focus on you, that they have some sort of answer. You see with Jokic, it's kind of you can take one part of his game out, but he'll be able to do something else. Yeah. So his skills transferred well in the playoffs, especially against the Clippers, because Clippers, they got all these wing defenders that can do this and do that, but that don't matter for Jokic. Or even other teams they played, it don't really matter because he kind of finds a way to help the team no matter what.
Great point.
They tried to put Kawhi with
I feel like with the playoffs, it's always about how many ways you can hit a team. And I don't know yet for Philly, and I don't know because this is the first year that they've got this team, and obviously Doc Rivers and obviously Embiid is playing the best he's ever played. But I'm still seeing whether he's unstoppable or if he is stoppable. You get me? Because the way he plays right now looks unstoppable. But we've seen
because in the playoffs you have a game plan. It's listen, we're gonna take Joel out the game. I don't care if Simmons scores 35 because we saw what happened when Joel was out and Simmons went crazy, but they lost. Yeah. He went crazy. He missed 2 shots or 3 shots. Yeah. Then he dropped 42, nearly a triple double, and they lost. Do you get me?
So
and obviously,
it's always gonna round back to Ben Simmons in my eyes for them at some point if they focus on Joel.
Alright, let me
to my point when I'll make my point. Yeah.
Oh, do you have go on?
Yeah. With the comparison.
Oh, you doing comparison? Yeah, go on.
So
I actually want to ask a quick question, but after.
Question first,
you know what? Let's just do just one word answer in it. I don't want us to talk about it. Would you have traded Ben Simmons for James Harden? Yes or no?
I'm right.
Yes, man. Come on.
Alright, cool. Cool. We don't have to talk about it. I just wanted to make sure in it. I just wanted to see.
Alright. The £1,000 on the floor.
Give your point, bro. Give your point.
With Joel Embiid, the guy is from top to bottom, defensively and offensively, no one can touch him. Or maybe only AD offensively.
Yeah.
But when I compare him and Jokic, it's Jokic's IQ that puts him makes him clear as a big man, because you can take him out offensively, if he's going to take jump shots or he's going to body you in the post, which you can't, because I haven't seen anybody stop Jokic in the post. I haven't seen nobody stop him from you can be in his face, he'll jack the free in your face. It don't matter for him.
Yeah,
but it's his IQ. I only see one player in the post that can dictate the floor like him. And as in pick and pops or drop it or give a behind the backdoor pass, and that's LeBron in the post.
Yeah,
LeBron is the only player that can dictate the game from the post, like Jokic. Yeah. He sees everything on the floor. Yeah, there's times where I'm seeing his back is to the other side of the court. The guy somehow is slung it around his head, and it's hit the person money in his shooting pocket, and it's money.
He's different, man.
So
he's different.
He's disgusting offensively, and his IQ is top 5 in the league.
You'll figure it out somehow.
The only players that have the same IQ as him: LeBron, CP3, Doncic, him, and maybe Simmons and Harden. Those are the only players I see that.
I feel
their IQ.
Yeah.
This is alright.
That's Simmons. The thing is, the IQ with Simmons. I even said in my draft. I said maybe.
He's got IQ, but his lack of shooting just fucks everything up.
Yeah, but because he can't score, his IQ in that department isn't good enough.
His lack of shooting means more than his IQ.
Yeah,
it's too bad.
That's why I can't shoot.
It's too bad.
I'm going backwards a little bit, but that's what with LaMelo. When LaMelo started, he wasn't aggressively scoring, which was why his weaknesses shone and people seemed like they were kind of right. But when he started going to the cup aggressively, shooting with confidence, opening up the floor in that way, everything came together. And Simmons refuses to do that.
That's why it's jarring.
Yeah, that's why his IQ.
That's why it's jarring for me for Embiid, because when I link it back to Embiid now, there's so many situations when the man you lot were talking about how Jokic can do what he wants and he's free because he's comfortable in his role. With Brett Brown for this past 3 years, it's been hell because why is Joel Embiid on the 3-point line? Answering that question, why is he on the 3-point line the majority of the time? I'm hearing them Stephen A talk about he's taking 5 threes a game. I'm thinking
crazy man shooting like he's Curry,
and the thing is,
as a 7'1",
I remember this quote. I always remember this quote.
in the.
If you let Joel Embiid shoot, you've won the battle. You've won the battle because you have actually won that position because no one is stopping him in the interior because he's got so many moves. Whether it's the shimmy, whether it's the drop step, you're not stopping this guy. He's too strong. He's too big. He's too smart in the post. So with Embiid, it's just been a situational thing for me because you were saying right now his what he's doing matters because it's equating to wins because now he's doing what he should be doing, what he wants to be doing, not what you think matters because you don't want to tell him what to do. With Doc Rivers, he's saying your best position is in the post.
You're the best
Get to work.
So just
Get to work.
Sorry, man. Just to wrap this up in it, so we can, because I actually got something I want to ask. Let's just go around. So Jokic or Embiid? It's just
Embiid, man. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm saying just pick.
Embiid still.
I just want to be different, so Jokic.
Yeah. I gotta go Embiid, man. I think he just contributes too much to wins from what we're seeing. And obviously we see mad things from Jokic in the playoffs, and I mean, at the end of the day, Embiid was a bounce away from
making the sound.
You know what I'm saying? A bounce away, and who knows what would have happened.
Wasn't to go into overtime, or they were up?
Oh, it might have been. Was it tied?
It
was tied. Okay, so to go to overtime at least, and who knows what would have happened. A really bouncy, game winner. But cool. Anyway, we're talking about the Sixers, and that actually made me think of something. It actually wasn't on the list, but it actually